The search for refuge is a deep-seated instinct. Often, you find yourself feeling lost, searching for something that brings you peace. But what happens when that shelter is merely an illusion? The question resonates like a familiar echo. Have you ever felt that your faith, instead of protecting you, might actually confine you? Picture yourself in the midst of a storm, seeking shelter. But what if that shelter is filled with holes? This is the reality for many of us. Faith, which should be a safe haven, becomes a structure worn down by ignorance and a lack of understanding. You cling to beliefs, hoping they will bring you comfort, yet often they only amplify your sense of isolation. What hurts even more is the feeling of disconnection. You may be surrounded by people, but still feel all alone. No one understands me, you think. The truth is, many of us carry the invisible pain of misunderstanding. This wound is often the starting point for transformation. What if what you are seeking is actually within you? The pain of uncertainty can shine like a beacon, calling for your attention. You no longer have to hide in the shadows of what you do not understand. It's a moment to ask yourself, what kind of shelter are you truly seeking? Take a moment to feel this. Reflect on the weight you... It's okay not to know what to do right now. The journey isn't easy, but with every step you take, whether hesitant or firm, you get closer to the truth of who you really are. Freedom may be nearer than you think, merely waiting for you to open your eyes. Pain isn't just a burden to bear, it's an invitation to look inward. Have you ever considered that suffering might be a doorway, a passage to something deeper, something more authentic? Every tear shed can be a drop of wisdom. Every sigh becomes a call to reconnect with your true essence. Pain can feel isolating. It's easy to get lost in the silence it brings. Often, you may feel alone, surrounded by inner voices that scream at your disconnection. But what if that empty space is actually fertile ground? A place to cultivate knowledge, acceptance, and renewal. Imagine that every difficult experience is like a river, sometimes turbulent, yet essential in shaping the landscape of your being. Instead of telling yourself to avoid that current, why not learn to navigate it? Sometimes, what appears to be an obstacle is actually an opportunity for transformation. Each wound holds a lesson. Enough is enough. You don't have to diminish yourself any longer. It's okay to feel that mental fatigue, that heavy loneliness. Sometimes, it's a sign that you're ready for something different, ready to peel away the layers that no longer serve you. Now take a moment, ask yourself, what can this pain teach me? Remember, the shadows do not define who you are. They simply reveal what still can be illuminated. When you embrace suffering, you're not surrendering to it. You're opening doors to understand what truly matters. This path may not be easy, but it is profoundly liberating. Because, in the end, what emerges from each experience is the opportunity to awaken. And that is something you truly deserve. Have you ever stopped to think about the ties that bind you? Those that you can't see but shape your path every day. Greed, hatred, ignorance. All of these are invisible chains. In reality, many of us walk as captives, even when the world seems to offer freedom. It's easy to get lost in this. The pressure of expectations and the struggle for acceptance can be overwhelming. Are you feeling exhausted? You have every reason to be. It's like a strong wind blowing relentlessly, pulling you away from your essence. This exhaustion comes from fighting against internal ghosts. They are remnants of pain we've left behind, yet they continue to scream within us. No one understands me, you think. But what if the silence you fear is the only place where you can truly listen to yourself? Within each of us lies a mirror, a place where truths are revealed, where we can confront these chains. It's time to examine the shadows we refuse to accept. What is really holding you captive? With each sincere question, a revelation unfolds. To recognize your chains is an act of bravery. The pain you feel is not your enemy. It's a sign, a call to look inward. This pain I feel, I now understand that it guides me as well. Enough is enough. Today, you will not diminish yourself any longer. You will tell yourself, I am capable. And those chains will begin to loosen. Facing what resides within you may seem daunting. But remember, it's okay not to know what to do right now. Transformation doesn't have to be a solitary journey. Every step taken toward understanding is a step toward freedom. Little by little, you will remember who you have always been. So close your eyes for a few seconds and feel the weight of your silence. It wants to tell you something. It's time to seek the light that resides amidst the darkness. Life is a mystery that is always unfolding, and you have a central role in this story. The Four Noble Truths are like lanterns lighting a dark path. They shine with the promise of clarity amid confusion. The first truth is simple. Life involves suffering. Have you ever felt it? That pain that seems to linger even when everything appears calm. This is the human condition, and acknowledging it is the first step. Don't be ashamed of it. No one escapes pain. It shows up as loneliness, fatigue, and despair. But what comes next? That may be the most important part. The second truth tells us that this suffering has a cause. Often, we seek security in superficial things, in the validation of others. But deep down, this relentless pursuit leads us to exhaustion. Are you feeling worn out? You have good reason. The quest for external approval, for a place in the sun, only enslaves us further. Imagine how freeing it would be to let go of those chains. The third truth is an invitation to hope. Suffering can be overcome. This doesn't mean that the pain will vanish. Rather, we can transform our relationship with it. Pain can teach us. What if what you're feeling is actually a pathway to self-discovery? This change begins when we look inward without fear. What you dread could be the key to your liberation. Finally, the fourth truth reveals the path to freedom. There is a road that stretches ahead of you. It's the path of practice and detachment. Nobody can pretend forever. Sometimes, the answer lies in embracing what is, accepting the silence of pain, and welcoming the journey. Each step you take in this direction is not just a discovery, but also a serene acceptance of reality. And what if the pain you carry isn't truly yours? What do you need to let go of? Remember, change begins the moment we allow the truth to illuminate our path. This is what the Four Noble Truths offer. A new understanding, a new way forward. How many times have you felt lost on an endless journey, simply wandering? The path to wisdom isn't just a destination. It's a journey filled with small truths and insights. The Noble Eightfold Path is a clear trail where each step is a ritual revealing transformation. But this transformation doesn't happen overnight. It requires practice, dedication, and an open heart. Picture yourself walking in a serene forest. A gentle breeze brushes against your face. Each breath you take invites you to dive deeper into the experience of the present moment. Here's the truth. To find peace, you need to immerse yourself in the practice. Have you noticed how the things that matter most require time and effort? There are no shortcuts on the path to wisdom. Each teaching, each practice opens a door to new horizons. Listen to your heart. It knows that every challenge carries with it an opportunity. When you find yourself feeling exhausted, remind yourself, this isn't a weakness. It's a call to reflect. How can you turn that fatigue into a driving force? Each time you rise, you are choosing the journey, even when pain and loneliness try to hold you back. What if I told you that what you feel is an essential part of your growth? Sadness, pain, rejection. They are like trees along a winding path. Some may seem intimidating, but they are there to teach you. They push you toward authenticity. Consider this a healing ritual, a surrender to what is true, not what is expected. Think carefully. What are your wounds trying to tell you? You don't need to have all the answers right now. It's perfectly okay not to know the exact path. This journey is about acceptance, accepting silence, accepting loneliness. The path unfolds when you're willing to open yourself to it. With every breath, you grow closer to who you truly are. Now, open your heart to what comes next. May this journey lead you to new beginnings, guided by the wisdom of the noble path. You are allowing yourself to be carried by the gentle wind that brings transformation. There's no rush, only the certainty that each step counts. With every step, you become more authentic, more present. Belief and wisdom dance like the waters of a calm, yet restless river. Have you ever considered that your faith might not be a shield, but rather a fabric that weaves your experiences with the truth of your pain? Imagine the silence that surrounds this reflection, the space where your vulnerability meets the light. The beliefs you carry are echoes of past experiences, but do they still resonate with the truth of the present moment? Often, we entangle our identities with fixed ideas, not realizing that life is a constant flow. Pain reveals the fragility of what we think is solid. It arrives like a whisper, serene yet demanding. Have you noticed how many times you seek answers externally while true wisdom comes from within? What if the answer you are looking for is already in your pain? This can be frightening, but also liberating. By embracing this truth, you not only acknowledge your pain, but also transform it into wisdom. No one can pretend forever. You feel it, don't you? The invisible emotional loneliness surrounding us reflects a disconnection. Even when surrounded by people, the emptiness remains, and the feeling of not being understood settles in. The hope of being seen and heard can become a burden, but accepting this pain brings a newfound lightness. Take a moment now, close your eyes and feel. What is your pain trying to teach you? What do your unhealed wounds have to reveal? Remember, it is in that subtle space where wisdom can blossom, in the shadow of doubt and the light of acceptance. You don't need to have all the answers. It's okay not to know what to do right now. Each step in this journey, every reflection, is an invitation to awaken. What if, instead of running away, you allowed your faith and wisdom to coexist like two lovers dancing gracefully, each respecting the other's space? Life is a delicate dance. Let belief and wisdom move together within you. Embrace your vulnerability. Explore these nuances, for it is in this interlude that true transformation occurs. You may be surprised to find that by accepting this pain, you can be reborn into a new understanding. Have you ever paused to consider the wisdom that transcends time? Within each of us lies a silent inheritance yearning to be heard. Stories, struggles, joys. Our ancestors are with us, even when we don't realize it. While we often look forward, what if you could also look back and learn? What does this past whisper about who you are today? Many times, the voices of the past resonate in our fears and insecurities, like a shadow that never fades away. The loneliness you feel could be an echo of unspoken stories. In your daily life, you might feel surrounded by people, yet still find yourself disconnected. What if this sense of disconnection is a bridge leading you back to your roots? The vision of your ancestors can illuminate the darkness of your soul. It's perfectly okay not to understand everything right away. The quest for meaning lives within you, waiting to be nurtured. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Imagine their wisdom as a gentle breeze that brushes your face, bringing warmth and guidance. These teachings arrive like small signals. Do you notice them? The strength within you has existed before. The pain you carry is also a part of this journey. They are echoes of past wounds resonating here and now. What if instead of carrying this weight, you began to observe and embrace it? Your heritage doesn't have to be a burden. It can be a gift. When we confront the past, a new light emerges. History serves as a map, not to lead you astray, but to help you find yourself. Every step you take, every choice you make, reflects what has already been lived. You are here now, engaged in an ancestral dance. Ask yourself, what does this pain teach me? What secrets lie within this silence? It's time to honor your ancestors. Transform the echo into strength. learn that their truths resonate deeply in your journey. When this connection occurs, you realize you are not alone. You are part of a rich tapestry of meanings that spans generations. Being open to this wisdom is an act of courage, an act of love. Life is a flower that blossoms under the touch of the past, and you are the gardener of that seed. By accepting this, you begin to flourish. Don't be afraid to look, to feel, to listen. These echoes have much to tell. They could be the key to the liberation your soul seeks so desperately. The pain you feel can be transformed. That's right. Every wound, every blow life has dealt you carries a lesson. Imagine this. Have you ever found yourself in the midst of suffering, believing it was your enemy? But what if that pain is actually a teacher trying to show you something valuable? When we embrace our suffering, we start discovering pearls of wisdom in the bitter experiences. One day, someone looked at me and said, "I learned from my pain that I am only strong when I allow myself to feel." That truly touched my heart. Each tear can be a thread that connects you to your true self. Have you ever stopped to think about what your pain is trying to teach you? Consider the marks on your life, the traumas you carry. They aren't merely scars, they are testimonies of growth. Why not transform them into achievements? What if the silence you dread is exactly the key to access them? When you choose to see pain in this way, the burden begins to lighten. You're no longer orphaned from understanding. Instead, you become a seeker of meaning. Your past doesn't have to define who you are. It can be a guide. Each wound is a lesson. Each pain has a purpose. If this reflection resonates with you, perhaps you feel on the brink of recognizing something profound. Try this. Today, upon waking, tell yourself, "I am capable of transforming my pain into wisdom." Internally, hope begins to murmur, inviting you to see new possibilities. So, how about taking a moment? Close your eyes for a few seconds and feel the weight of your silence. It holds secrets that you need to uncover. And remember, it's perfectly okay not to know what to do right now. You can allow yourself that freedom. Throughout the journey, you will realize that wisdom is always ahead, waiting to be acknowledged. Life spins amidst chaos. You feel it, the noise, the confusion. But what if the barrier between you and the peace you seek is simply a moment of silence? The pain we carry teaches us to appreciate that empty space, the oasis that renews the soul. Silence isn't absence. It's the presence of everything that matters, waiting to be heard. In this silence, you find what has been lost, that gentle voice echoing amidst the shouts of your mind. Have you ever thought that perhaps it knows things you haven't yet allowed yourself to hear? This space of stillness, away from distractions, is where true wisdom blossoms. Yes, it can be daunting, but what good does it do to run from it? Your mind is exhausted, isn't it? That silent fatigue, carrying the weight of thoughts that just won't quiet down. In this moment, take a deep breath. Set aside the need to understand everything. By embracing your own silence, you open yourself up to new horizons. What emerges from the darkness might just be the light you've been searching for. Think about it. Have you ever felt alone even when surrounded by people? This loneliness could be a shadow, but it's not the end. It's an opportunity to connect with your inner self. Silence isn't a sign of weakness. It's a powerful force. It's an invitation, a chance to look within and discover the beauty hidden beneath the pain. Allow yourself this liberation. Silence is a refuge, a sacred space where scars can heal. You don't need to have all the answers right now. It's okay not to know what to do. Just be present. In the stillness, you can reflect and recognize that change begins within you. So, if something inside you has awakened, perhaps it's time to let that echo in another heart as well. If this message resonates with your soul, write in the comments, "I choose to be reborn."